Good morning. This is a pre-USDA report update. We have a report out due today, more than one report, and then of course tomorrow there's even more like long-term various data reports, wheat stuff. Anyways, I tried to do a audio update off my phone here earlier this morning to prepare you for the report, and I can't see that it posted. I don't even know where it went. It's no longer on my phone. So anyways, I thought I'd go ahead and do a video update anyways. Thought I'd pop in the studio here and see what we can put together. So I'll keep this as brief as possible. So this is the daily March corn chart. Overnight, it bounced into the range of 566, was it, to 575 target range. So it's met a target yet again, okay? 5-day average is up. The daily stochastics returning to overbought. It's starting to get a widening spread as though it's suggesting there can be lingering upside momentum. However, open interest still doesn't look that great to me. Money's still flowing out of the market as the market goes higher. For the report, I don't have any insight in USDA numbers. Don't care. I just want to wait and see the numbers. More importantly, I want to see how the market reacts to the numbers. So here's what I've got. Level 4 top on February 4th. These are interweek swings now. And today is ideally the latest allowed for a level 4 top. It should work. They don't always work, but it should work, meaning it ought to be lower tomorrow. Well, that makes sense. Even if it was a very bullish report, they could sell something by tomorrow. They could even sell it tonight. They could even sell it going into close today, but they could put it up because it's bullish, right? Not necessarily a lot of wonderful, great insight there. In theory, it can also bottom late today if it was a very bullish report and just kind of give a hiccup there and then wanted to go still higher. But ideally, it should go down into tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. If that works, the next level 4 top would ideally be due Thursday, Friday. And if the larger trends are still up, then that level 4 top would very likely be at still higher prices. But if the larger trends top, say today, that next level 4 will show a bounce, but it'll just be a blip up on the way down of larger downtrends. It would be just a little snap, okay? Wouldn't do much. And we don't know which way it's going to be. We have to wait and see, okay? So here's the thing. Today, this market, if it can top at level 4, immediately sends a signal. It can top for level 3, level 2, level 1. We can have a significant top, critical point, trend reversal. We can at least put an end to the January-Feb rally. We can put an end to the December into Feb rally or trend. And we are due for a correction in the March as a correction within still larger trends from August that may be up in the next summer. So I'm still long-term bullish. I'm not saying we're starting a bear market and it's all over for the year and all that. No. I'm just saying it's time to correct, okay? And it could start right here, right today. So this is a beautiful setup when I've seen the model do better than all the fundamental analysts that you actually get a bearish report or that it's a bullish report, but no one cares. They've already dialed it in. Now, here's the thing. You can't rule out a sudden bounce to 575, maybe a little bit higher, okay? And it could even do it in a matter of seconds off the computers, and then the computers decide they made a mistake. They could do it because it's just going to be up to the day because they like the report. Don't know. But as it trades back below yesterday's close at 563 3/4, I think you have to consider this is working and can be a top. Unfortunately, we won't have any evidence that we've got some worthy trend reversal until it trades below the low of 2 days ago at 545.5, even more so 536.5. If those are too low for you to wait and see if it's really turning bearish, okay, then if you don't like the report, you got to jump on it immediately, or you got to try to probe here, sell it. How do you manage the risk there? Now, here's something to think about. The daily indicators are basically overbought. So and they're optimized to level 3. The weekly indicators are basically overbought, so they're optimized level 2, level 1. So basically everything's overbought, okay? Now, you want to look at your intraday indicators because if they get overbought, it's going to be a beautiful setup for them to sell after the report, all right? If they're oversold, then maybe it needs another bounce, but it still could. In a few days, you find out, you know what? They decided to sell anyways. What you can use 1 minute to 5 minutes before the opening or before the report is look at a variety of intraday indicators like 5-minute, maybe a 15, 20, or 30-minute, definitely an hour as well. If they all get kind of overbought or oversold, it can kind of give a clue what they're going to do within minutes of the report, although that first minute of the report, the computers can go wild and crazy, and frankly, I think they're normally wrong, okay? So that's what we're thinking of, and we can use this as a guideline in soybeans and wheat of what to anticipate here. I still think when they're done with this report, even if it's bullish, they're going to say, but how many more bullish reports can we possibly get? How high do we have to put this up? And I am concerned that they want to be bullish in the summer, and they're concerned of missing out. They don't want to let go of their positions. They'd like to add more, but they can't get the pullbacks they wanted. All right. And so I'm sure it's even frustrating for these long-term bulls. But of course, this can interfere and keep this up. Any rate, I still got to give it a chance to roll those trends over, and I think it's an ideal opportunity today. Now, in the soybeans, we have a little something different. It's saying it doesn't really have to top for level 4 tomorrow, but it could top today. Maybe that's a late level 3, but I'm getting nervous it's too late. I'm concerned that this is a level 3 in here somewheres, and then another level 3, and then it's creating a different kind of pattern we use in the models, but we don't give it to the public or even our subscribers. But it could be something like this. If so, soybeans can go higher in the next week, whereas corn should not really, okay? So a mixed picture on the beans, not quite as confident. It is a bit more overbought than corn right now in the daily indicator. Open interest still suggests money's leaving the soybean market. Maybe they change their mind and get back in today after the report, but I'm concerned the ones that are going to get back in are the bears are going to finally short and increase that open interest on the way down, and we get net new supply. I don't have much else to say to the beans, but if you get a negative reversal, starts trading below yesterday's close at 1387 3/4 and wants to close down, I think we just have to consider this is going to work after all. Other than that, I don't have much for you. You may find in your intraday charts levels or floors of support that if it starts going below it, you have to consider there's a problem. Now, this is the wheat market, and I think it's already topped for level 4. I normally assume that they'd like to buy it a couple days ahead of the report, right into the report, and then they want to sell it. I don't know as I've truly tested to see if that's true, but it's been my gut feeling for a few years now. It is approaching a trend line resistance, okay, maybe around 660, and it's not really overbought. In fact, this indicator is acting bullish in my opinion. I still think it needs to consolidate, at least range trade, even though I think it's trying to develop a weather market for March. But I'd like to see at least pull back one last time this month. I could be wrong. I don't see how they're going to get a bullish enough report, but maybe they don't care after the report. I don't think the dollar matters. I don't think the energy markets matter. Nothing matters today but the report. Then tomorrow and on, they'll start going back looking at other things and see what they have. So that's my little update. Hopefully it's quick enough, fast enough for you, give you some insight going into the report. I will try to give you an update after the report, but it could be long after the report. I don't know. All right. And to me, the more important information is going to be tomorrow and the next day when we can see how this is kind of settled out after the report. So that's my take on it, and manage your risk relative to others, and I hope everything goes our way here.